Hey friends, coming to you live here for Monday Mamas from my vehicle because that's what this Monday has been, and it's been lovely and great. Um, it's just been a Monday of moving and shaking. I hope you guys have had a great time if you're near Carstairs, enjoying this gorgeous heat. It is warm, it is lovely. This video will not be long because I'm sitting in my truck and I turned it off because there was too many beeping things happening, which I didn't like. Um, but anyways, I'm gonna cut right to it with you guys this week. Here's what's been burning on my heart, like burning. Um, we have been trying to grow our front grass. So our front yard is like, there's just so many weeds, you guys. There's so many weeds. We're trying all the things. We're trying the weed killer. We've tried to we put down some grass seed. That really helped. But I was talking with a friend and she said that when they had talked with like lawn people, now if you guys know anything about this, please tell me. But they were told the best thing for your yard is water. Just water your yard. Just water it. The grass needs a lot of water. We are in Alberta. It is dry here, and we have not had hardly any rain so far this year, and it's very dry. So things are just there. The grass is dying, the weeds are growing, and this is where I'm at. Here's what I want you guys to hear in life. A lot of the times in our life, when life gets hard, when life is a struggle, or just life in general, um, the grass, the things in our life that bring us joy, the things in life that we love, they they tend to be the things that die first. I want to think, for instance, like if exercising is a big part of your life, you work out every morning. What happens when your kids are sick? What's one of the first things to go? My life when that happens, it's exercising. Not because I choose that, but because if I'm up with a sick kid during the night, if they need me, I'm probably not going to be getting up at my alarm to go work out. That's just what happens. It's not bad, you guys. It's not bad. It's just simply what happens. What tends to grow in those seasons of life? If we are not investing in ourselves and doing the things that give us life, typically the things that grow are the weeds. Things like discouragement and anxiety and depression and bad self talk, they grow. And here's what I was thinking this week. So often in life, we talk about the ways to get rid of the weeds. We're looking on how to get rid of the weeds. We're doing the weed killer. We're pulling the weeds out. We make the kids discipline pulling weeds. But we're not focusing on the grass. And what happens if we grow the grass is the healthy grass, the more that it grows, the less space there is for the weeds. My grandma has a gorgeous garden in New Brunswick, and every time since I was a kid, I remember it. It's just gorgeous. And when my husband and I moved into our house, we have a funny spot in our back part of our backyard that currently is just filled with weeds, or was then. And it's on like a bit of an incline. A lot of our neighbors have kind of built things up to flatten it out. But my grandma's garden is on this gorgeous hill. And so I've always wanted that look. And I asked her when I moved in, I said, Gram, what do I do? Like, what's the best way to get this to look like yours? And here's what she said, because there's so many weeds, right? And I'm like, do I have to keep pulling weeds? And she said back, just keep putting in flowers. Just keep planting bushes, keep putting in flowers, and eventually all that goodness will eat out the space for the weeds. And there'll be more good than there is bad. So I've been looking at my backyard, I've been looking at my front yard, and I've just been thinking, guys, why are we focusing on the weeds? Why do we continue to focus on not being the bad things in our life? What if we shifted it? What if we flipped the script and instead we just focused on the good? What if you wrote out a list of the things that you're great at and focus on being those things instead of focusing on the things that we're not and trying to become those things? What if we just focused on what we are and became those things? Because we all have a ton of good in us, a ton of good. And if we all started tapping into the good and living out of that goodness, I think the world would change. I think we'd see a great world. I think we'd see people loving each other and caring for one another because we wouldn't be so focused on what we're not. Our self-worth comes from a belief in who we are. Our self-worth comes on keeping our promises to ourselves, on making ourselves a priority, on putting in the time of watering the grass. And I've been guilty of not watering my grass. I'm not putting in the time on the things that give me life. I'm putting in my time instead on focusing on the weeds, on thinking about the fact that maybe I'm not a super play mom. I don't love to play with my kids. It's not who I am. I love to be with my kids. I love to do things with my kids. I love activities. I love to work out with my son. Like, our favorite thing right now is spending time together working out. And it's bonding and it's big and I love it and my heart expands. So why can't I focus on that? Why am I beating myself up about not being a mom who sits on the floor and plays instead of celebrating that I'm a mom who works out with my kid? Guys, we got it wrong. We've got it wrong. We're focusing on the wrong things. So here is my call to you this week. Here is my call to challenge. You write down 5 things that you are incredible at. 5 things that you do that are easy, that people comment on, that you are good at. And you know what you do this week? You pour into those things. Do those things. Feed the grass in your life, because that grass will grow and grow and grow, and suddenly there'll be less weeds. And just think about those neighborhoods you walk around that are manicured, right? Because people do that. And the grass is perfect, right? From house to house to house to house. Guys, how does it feel? It feels good. It feels nice. It feels comforting. It feels like somebody cares. They care. Now think about walking through the neighborhoods where the grass, it's all weeds. It's all weeds. What do we think? These people don't care about their houses. They don't care about them. What kind of world are we creating if our lives are focused on the weeds? But what kind of life are we creating if our lives are focused on the grass? And how long will it take before that grass eats out all those weeds? I don't think it'll take long. So that is my call to you. Think about the things that you're good at. Focus on those things that you are good at. The things that bring your heart alive. And do those things. Do more of those things. Okay? And guys, I think there's great things coming. I think there are great things coming. And I was listening to a podcast today, and here's what I want to leave you with. That wild, audacious dream that you have needs you to focus on the grass. It needs you to focus on all the good things that you are. It needs you to know who you are. And that big, audacious dream that you have, that is the answer to somebody else's prayer. Somebody needs you to chase that dream. They need you to chase that dream because they are praying for an answer, and you are the answer. So get to it. Get busy. I got to get out of this truck because it's hot. Happy Monday. Chase the sun. Water your grass. And forget about the weeds. God bless you.